First jackpots, they stand to attention. The starter pulls the lever and they're off and racing from that 1600 meter marker. First to go is Saltilus. Saltilus is right up there. Tarantino has got the pink sleeves in second. You Know Who is racing against the panels in third, and Moon Game is now on the improve around runners. Blonde Act also decides the speed a bit too slow, and there goes Blonde Act to range up only 3 lengths off them. Waiting for Summer. Wings of Fire's behind that one. You Know Who, after braking well, is now 6 lengths off the leader. Then comes Peace in Our World, who's racing towards the back end. So I would say there's about 8 lengths in it from top to tail, and Tarantino has now pressed on by, gone on by a length and a tail with Moon Game, who's racing in second. Saltilus in a good position in third. Blonde Act, then comes Wings of Fire, who comes into the turn via the scenic routes and maybe even via the car park is Wings of Fire, really doing it quite hard. Further back is You Know Who, then comes Waiting for Summer, and Peace in Our World's going to have to get past them all, but it's Tarantino who's in a good rhythm onto the home straight and really turns it on now, does Tarantino, and goes on by 2 lengths with Moon Game in second. Saltilus on the inside. Blonde Act, unfortunately Wings of Fire going up and down, but Tarantino is still 2 lengths clear. Yes, Blonde Act. Blonde Act is starting to run home smartly on the outside. Tarantino from Blonde Act, and this was a great ride. Muzieni on the double, good win, Tarantino. Second goes to Blonde Act, then came Moon Game. Further back, Peace in Our World, Saltilus, and unfortunately Wings of Fire did it deep and run. Yeah, he went to the front, slowed them up, turned it into a sprint, turning for home, and he loves to gallop, does this 5-year-old Bay Gelding. Well done to Muzi, he's on the double. Well done to Zietsman Oosthuizen, and of course to Suzette and Barsi Viljoen. They had that horse Egret a bit earlier on, win a cracking race. And this was a good win from Tarantino to beat number 7, Blonde Act. Third goes to number 8, Moon Game. And fourth to number 3, Saltilus.
Tarantino absolutely explodes. He takes the win and he goes from a start to finish under a really clever ride by jockey Muzieni, who scores a double on the day, as do the colours of Suzette Viljoen. But very excited, next to me is Botti. Bumped into him in the parade ring. Tarantino is his charge. He's done him proud this afternoon. Botti, congratulations. Enjoy your 1,500 Rand from World Sports Betting. Waiting on Muzieni to join me now, have a chat about Tarantino, grabbing the mic there. Also saw him getting his riding instructions in the parade ring. They're pretty simple, just go win it. And that's exactly what you did, so well done.
Yeah, no, this is always very bullish. I think Kimberly spoiled him. But just good training feet by him. He came in with a bit of confidence, with some confidence in the ring, and I think the race worked out well with him. You know, I didn't have to force him to get to the front. He helped me out the gates. He's got good gate speed, but I didn't have to make use of him. So I kind of got a bit of a soft lead, and he's a big striding horse.
There was, I'm sure you wouldn't have known because you were out in front, but there's quite a lot of confusion behind you. We had a couple of people pulling back, a couple going, and you just ended up with an unassailable lead.
Yeah, starting the race, didn't see much pace in the race.
Yeah.
So I always thought it's a perfect race to have a soft lead, and I was going to make sure the first 200 meters, being such a big horse, I was going to make sure that at least I get him comfortable without a go, stop. But I'm surprised they were confused. There wasn't much pace in the race. But he's a true front runner, so I was going to have the soft lead anyway. Well assessed by Zeest, and it worked according to plan. I picked it up early at the 600, started letting him run, and I could just feel he's just enjoying it. And every time I asked him for a little bit, he was loving it. And the last bit, he stretched a little bit away from him. So it was a win full of merit, just well trained.
It certainly was. I was really actually impressed by that finish because not only did you steal lengths on them when you first pushed him, he still had more to come when they tried to finish, and I really thought a lot of that.
Yeah, sure, and like this man says, and you looking at him, maybe the way he stretched, he could get away with an 18, but you don't want to go too far with him and take away his turn of foot over a mile.
Also true.
Yeah, so and it was well trained. To Barsi and Suzette, just a huge thanks to them. Thanks for their support. And to my sponsors, Stone Stamco, a huge thank you as well.
Good showing for them. Well done, Muzi. Zietsman standing by. Of course, he's a popular character, getting lots of phone calls while he waits here. And Zietsman, I first got to say very well done to you, because we had our chat on Wednesday morning, as we always do, and you said, Nadine, this race has been his goal. And well done, job achieved.
Yes. Now, it's not always going to plan, but sometimes this was a race, and last week, I only ran him last week because the race cut up.
Yeah.
And I thought, you know, in a small field, put him in, run a place. And then it became went to the poly, tried last week for the first time, tried blinkers on him.
Yeah.
And ran a very nice race. This week was just very difficult for horses that was not running in the last 2 weeks, you know, to get them trained and you know, it was, but everybody's in the same boat. So he took the race very well. And Muziro de Perler, when that number 1 Bush Tacker got scratched, I thought, you know, he was a strong front runner.
Yeah.
I think they're going to give him a soft lead now. And if I give him a soft lead, he's not going to stop and he's going to kick. And Muziro de perfect race. 5th win for me with Tarantino.
Yes.
So it's a movie star. Suzette Barcy, well done. So, yeah, I think it's the 19th or 20th win for Suzette for the season.
Well done.
So, yeah, we don't have a stock, but we have winners.
Well, he just keeps on going. And I mean, that's one thing in itself, to keep a horse on the boil. So, Zietsman, congratulations.
Thank you.
Great win by the Nutfield stud bred gelding Tarantino, and I thought an enterprising ride by Muzi. As you can hear, the thought behind the race. Zietsman also thought that could happen, and good tactics were applied. Tarantino has obliged, kicked once, kicked twice. He's in the winner's box, and Suzette Viljoen, congratulations on your double.